Welcome everybody to the J&A podcast. I'm back with Jacob, my co-host, if you will. Maybe honestly, he's kind of a host. He is a host. Yeah, because it's both of our podcasts. He is a host. No, I shouldn't have said co-host. If you will notice that today we don't have our webcams, and that's because, we've been really lagging on Discord, so we just decided not to have our webcams up. So we'll just have this image throughout this thing. If you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Spotify, hello, and thanks for watching, I guess. And if you didn't know, and you're watching on YouTube, you can just check us out on Spotify. You can look up Aiden and Jacob on Spotify, and it'll bring it to us.
Link in the description.
Yeah, and it'll also be in a link in the description. Also, same with our Discord. So, yeah. Welcome to the J&A podcast. We're gonna be talking about two things today. Hey guys, Aiden here. I'm just editing this in the future, and I was just gonna say we only actually talked about one segment this entire podcast. So yeah, sorry. I mean, we do bring up one thing later on in the video that you might want to check out, but yeah, we only want to talk about one segment. So yeah, sorry. We're also gonna be talking about a future person joining our podcast. A couple future people that'll be on our podcast. To start it off, though, I have to say, it's going into the sports realm. So segment one, Yankees. We're gonna talk about the Yankees here. They did really good last night, but I have to say, they're still kind of in a slump. I mean, they drove in.
They just need to get more wins, I would say. Just a little more wins. I up the lose and the wins. Like 12. So they're like 7-11 right now. You know 7-11, huh? Yeah. So if they just get 11-11 or 12-11, they'll be back on top.
Yeah, well, that's true, and I have to say though, like, you know, they're starting to wake up a little bit more, but we can't really judge it off one game. If they start like warming up again, a lot of people brought up the cold weather. Like I was watching the Michael K. Thing the other day, and he said that maybe it's just the cold weather. I actually heard a lot of people say that, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that's it. I think just the players are not really like ready. Like, I guess, okay, so for example, Gleyber Torres, the guy was a beast back in 2018 or 2019, and then he enters 2020, and he has, I looked up the stat, he has 3 home runs in 68 games or something like that. Like, what happened?
You should have about like 20 something or like 30 something home runs. Cause
yeah, you should have around 30 home runs.
Yes, I guess 2020 wasn't a good year. He was injured and everything. He felt bad, but he had to step up his game, but he wasn't doing enough. And this year, he just started out really bad, but he's starting to come up, and his bat's coming alive. Like last game versus Cleveland, he did actually pretty well.
Yeah, no, that was like really good hit. I mean, actually, it was more like a hit. Half swing. Like, he had half swinged. And because of his power, it drove that ball all the way to right field. But it kind of was an error, was the reason he scored 2 runs. I have to say, though, the only guy that has yet to impress me on the Yankees, that I think is the best player on their team right now, has to be, I forgot his name. It's like Mike Talkman or something. No, that's the other guy.
Odor?
No, not Odor. Odor's pretty good.
Higashioka, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's very good.
Tyler Higashioka's great. He had like 2 home runs one game, too, this year. He's like the only Yankee right now to be hitting home runs.
No, actually, Judge is in the lead, but he's fire, I would say. He's not like striking out and just hits, like, Judge is a power hitter. He strikes out a lot, but he has really good power and can hit a lot of home runs.
I have to say,
Higayoshi, he gets those hits, he gets those RBIs and hits home runs. He has a good eye. He's a good catcher. Also, he's better than Gary Sanchez. Gary Sanchez is a power hitter. He should be used for DH. But we have Giancarlo Stanton, so it's going to be mixed up for each of them.
Dudes, they need to take Stanton out for a little bit because I noticed that the pitchers kind of found out what to pitch to Stanton. The commentators of the last game talked about it. I remember I watched it on ESPN. It was Yankees versus Braves. They kind of figured it out. I mean, think about it. When you throw Giancarlo a low pitch, he gets underneath it and drives over the fence. But if you give him a fastball or something high above the strike zone, he swings at it and just can't hit it. Like, he just can't make any contact. And when he does make contact, it's soft. It goes to the infield. And he needs...
You can talk, sorry.
No, yeah. I'm just going to finish up this thought real quick. I think he just needs to figure out how to hit harder and, be more efficient when there's a high fastball. And then maybe he'll figure it out. But the thing is that Aaron Judge, he's really good, but he needs to also kind of like train a little bit more on like where they're pitching him now.
Yeah, plus their eye. Because
the
more power hitters you have, and every year the pitchers that the Yankee power, like the pitchers that the people, like, oh my god, but the pitchers face the Yankees, and they face them like few games and everything. Like every year they're gonna get more used to them, and they're gonna find better pitches for them, more strikeouts, less hits for the Yanks.
Yeah, and I was just actually gonna say, so the Yankees, like you said about that reminds me, the other day I was watching it and I just felt like they would not only like swing at pitches outside of the zone, but they would also let pitches come right down the middle. Like, I don't know. And then one time there was a pitch like it definitely was in the strike zone. I guess it kind of could have been outside, and they tried to protest it. Like, I don't know. Like, they need to work on their eye, and they need to work on like, because pitchers are now pitching them in such a different way. I think that's one reason they're not hitting well. And I think the other reason might have to do with the cold, but I think the real important reason is because of the way the pitchers are pitching to them.
Yeah. The Yankees need more contact. They need more better vision. And they need more really good hitters. LeMahieu, he's turning into a power hitter. LeMahieu's just striking out now. He's not doing as best as the last 2 years.
His defense is also kind of weird. I mean, that might be because of the wind. He's known to be a very good defensive player, but he's also known to be he's the leadoff hitter. The leadoff hitter is supposed to get on base or clutch up in a situation. He's supposed to get on base and then let the cleanup hitters do the work.
The cleanup hitters get those hits like Giancarlo Stanton, but he's just striking out and everything.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. The Yankees are all out of order because their leadoff guy isn't able to get on base. And when he does get on base, the cleanup hitters aren't able to clean up.
Yeah.
And they need... I mean, honestly, like, they're worse than the Pirates right now. Like, they're really bad. And they just need to get it figured out. I mean, yesterday was great because they showed that they can still clutch up. Like, with, I keep saying Mike Tauchman. I don't know why. Higashioka's solo home run, kind of a clutch up, and then with Glaber's 2 RBI error, I think I would call it an error. I'm not sure. That just shows they can still clutch in situations.
Yeah, and the Yankees pitchers are just a question. People are just asking what's happening to them. The only thing that can help them is Garrett Cole, and I think Jordan Montgomery. That's it.
Yeah.
But Domingo Germán did well. He needs to focus getting those pitches in the corners. In the pitches where the hitters really usually hit outside and inside.
to be honest though, like I never really thought Domingo Germán was like a great pitcher, like Cy Young type. But I don't know. I just feel like he went in the first inning of yesterday's games. He was in like a different world. Like he would pitch. I think one guy hit the ball and then he was just like spinning around. I was so weird. I'll probably put up a clip on the screen.
A pitch hit weakly back to the mound. Germán dropped the ball. He has no play. In to score. Ramirez on what should have been an inning-ending double play. Germán on a little check swing roller, grabbed it, turned to start a double play with a throw to second, dropped the ball.
Talked to him after the game.
And the pitch is swung on, hit in the air to right center. Cutting over his nailer, he can't get it, and he loses the ball. It rolls away all the way to the warning track. Both runs should be able to score. They do, and all the way to third goes Gleyber Torres, and we are tied at 3. Swung on and grounded toward the middle, base hit, center field. Judge scores. Coming home is Torres. He scores. It is a 2-run base hit for Rugi Odor. That's a big hit, and the Yankees have missed that hit all year long. Swung on and hit in the air to center and deep. That ball is gone over the center field wall. Higashi Oka, the home run stroker.
Yeah, there's a bunch of errors for the Yankees, and they need to fix their defense. The offense is okay, I would say. Both of them, it needs to fix because they're in last place, and I think they're the worst team in this. I believe they're the worst team right now. No, Colorado's the worst team.
Oh, really?
I think they're the second. Yeah, I think they're the second or the third worst. Baltimore's even than them. That's embarrassing.
I don't think they're the worst team because I'm pretty sure Baltimore is below them, and I also think that Miami's below them.
Yeah, Miami, I thought they were going to do well, but because last year they actually did pretty well, but this year they just fell down and everything. Unlike the Braves, we thought they were going to do well since what they did last year. They're just falling down. I think they're 8-10, I believe, or more. The Dodgers are just on fire. They're probably going to be the next 1997 Yankees 2000s. Like, they're just absolute dominating.
Yeah, and I talked. Michael Kay talked about this too, and in one of his podcasts, he said that there's no on the Yankees team right now. There's no real like Derek Jeter, or there's no A-Rod, and
yeah, no one's helping. No one's be the captain. No one's like, we need to fix this. They're just moving along and just trying to do their best, but that's not going to help. They need to fix it.
Garrett Cole, I guess, kind of resembles Mariano Rivera in some ways, but like, is he even having the best season right now? I'm not really sure.
I would do he's 7 out of 10. Chapman's like the next Mariano Rivera, I would say.
Oh,
well, he's like Mariano Rivera.
Chapman's great, honestly. Like, he's so.
But what sucked is the last 2 years he gave up home runs, walk-offs, which were very.
He's not very.
Actually, play that clip. Remember his face from 2019? He just was so the best and everything.
Altuve has just sent the Astros to the World Series.
He literally looked so bad.
The thing is, he's a saver. He's supposed to save. He's he comes in and just saves the game. But the problem is, though, he's a closer. The thing is, in the last couple years, he hasn't really been able to save the game or close the game. He needs to work on clutching up in situations like that.
Well, he's learning the splitter, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, he's learning the splitter, and he's doing well, I believe.
That pitch is dirty.
Yeah, the splitter is really good, and if the Houston Astros didn't cheat against the Yankees would have went to the World Series in 2017 and 2019 and probably won one of them or two of them. And they would have been with like 29 like 29 World Series wins or 30 World Series wins, that would have been just clutch and epic. But Houston had cheated to way to the World Series, and then it's just the players' fault for not telling that they actually cheated. They're just going away and they think that they're not going to get caught, but they get caught and everyone hates them, even still here this time.
Oh yeah. And the thing is, like, I also kind of noticed that, like, I don't think, okay, I'm just gonna say this out here. Everyone brought up the 2019 season and how they might have cheated in that too, and honestly, it looks really sus. We're going back to Astros cheating scandals here. Altuve here. He walks up to home plate. He says, "Don't rip my shirt." He says, "Don't rip my shirt." So cheating. Yeah, why would they not want to rip his shirt? That's like a, what do they call? What do you call that?
My wife doesn't like taking off my tattoo.
Me and my wife, we got in an argument. Who cares? And then
I remember I saw a video when someone was saying, "Where's your tattoo? Where's your tattoo?" You gotta put on that video.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Let's see the tattoo, Jose. Where's the tattoo, Jose?
Also, it's actually kind of sad, but it's actually his fault. He shouldn't have told the truth. Cheaters don't deserve to win. And Aaron Judge actually deleted his comment in 2017 when he says, "Congrats, Altuve." He deleted it, and he admitted that they cheated. They don't deserve a World Cup.
Or both series, yeah. And anyway,
you wonder what happened in 2019 when the Washington Nationals beat the Astros. Did the Astros cheat, or they thought that they were just better than the Nationals and they think they're just gonna win?
Honestly, like, if they cheated against the Nationals and lost, that's pathetic. But to be honest, like, when you win a World Series once, you grow a little bit of an ego, because you cheated and you got away with it. So I'm guessing they probably didn't use it. They were just like, and also the thing is, the Nationals aren't a good team. Weren't a good team all of the on season. They just managed to get into the postseason, and they're a great team in the clutch, and that's how they won.
I remember they said they're gonna sell their players. I think my dad told me that, but they soon came back and they won the World Series. I think, or they just thought that they were gonna lose and they gave up. I don't know. But I remember my dad telling me that or something.
They're honestly like. This just kind of shows me that the on-season doesn't matter unless you get into, like, the on-season doesn't matter at least you get into the postseason. Then that, like, if you get, wait 1 sec. If you have a good enough record to get into the postseason, that's all you need. You don't need to have the most wins in the entire season, because look how that turned out for the Nationals. And look how that turned out for the Dodgers in 2019, 2018. They're literally like hyped up team, so hyped up, and then they go to the postseason, they can't clutch up, and that just shows you. I mean, they won in 2020.
When did they lose in the postseason? Was it the championship or division?
In 2019 they lost the championship game. And then in 2018 they lost in the World Series. 2017 they lost in the World Series, and
because Houston had to cheat.
Yeah, that's another thing too. LA would have won in the World Series 2017.
I'm sorry for the Houston Astros fans getting mad at me, but like, I feel bad for Altuve and the guys, but they should have told the truth. I'm kind of mad.
They didn't even get punished. They didn't even get punished, though, for their actions. And the thing is, Altuve is now really bad. Like, right now, I'm pretty sure in 2020 he had, like, the worst season. And the year before that, he was, like, one of the best players. So, just showing that
Because I think he was, like, sad, or he felt regretness for himself for cheating.
No.
So, I guess,
no. Altuve couldn't cheat, so he couldn't walk off. He couldn't hit home runs. It just like in 2019, Altuve is not a clutch god. He knew what was coming. He's not some god of baseball. He knew what was coming to him.
Yeah, so then he's a bad player if he
doesn't know what's coming.
If he cheated, he wouldn't have been an awesome player right now.
If he knows what's coming, he can use his power, he can use his contact ability, he can use his speed. But if he doesn't know what's coming, all he can do is probably hit like a couple singles and maybe do pretty good defensively. But he had like one of the I think he had the most errors or something. Well, not the most, but I think he had a lot of errors.
So my brain literally is just like zzz. So I guess just Altuve is just a normal player, but wasn't showing the inside of himself.
He got to the MLB. He's a good player, but he shouldn't be known as this really good player because he really isn't. And I think what happened was
this is the quote for the day. Just be yourself.
Yeah, I guess so. And the thing is with Altuve, it's like the guy's really good, and he he got to the MLB, but I think when he got found out for cheating, I think not only did it take a mental toll on him because
I thought he felt regretful.
I think he did, and I think you're right about that. I think after he got found out, he not only took a mental toll, he took a physical toll, he took everything on him. And I think that's why he had so many errors, because I don't think he was cheating defensively. I think he was just only knew what was coming when it was offense. And that's why he, it took a mental toll on him. He started doing really bad defensively, did really bad offensively. So not only did he do bad not only did being found out have to stop him just because they can't cheat anymore, it also made him like worse because it just it's a lot to take in. I mean, think about how much regret you would have after everyone kind of hyped you up and then you figured out that you cheated all the way through the entire season. Like that takes a little bit of a toll on someone.
Yeah, and you guess what? I learned that the Astros did better away last year instead of actually home, and actually that surprises me so much. I'm like, how?
Wait, what do you mean?
No, I was watching the video. The Astros had more wins away than home, and I was confused. Like in 2019 season.
Well, in 2019, I don't know if it's been confirmed that they cheated. It was just Altuve looked sus.
When the imposter is sus.
Yeah. No, he was sus though. I mean, like, think about it. I think I watched Cody Bellinger talk about it. Yeah. He says, "Don't rip my shirt." Then he goes into the clubhouse, changes his shirt, comes back to do the interview, and then I saw this one video, and it says how to know if someone's lying, and literally all of the checks that Altuve said, he was like, if they laugh to cover it up.
If they laugh and think that it just doesn't, it's not even important. Lies.
Yeah, they also ask you to redo the question so they have more time of thinking of an excuse or a lie. And then they laugh, they say, yeah, no, so, and then they say two answers. They say multiple answers instead of just one answer. And they, like, trip over their words. It's an obvious sign he was lying. But, yeah. So, anyway, guys, we pretty much just had a whole sports segment for 22 minutes, which is kind of our podcast time. But I will inform you guys that my brother might be on the podcast next week, hopefully. And he will have his first race by then. So wish him luck.
Saying to subscribe to Corey Alexander.
Oh yeah, subscribe to Corey Alexander's YouTube channel.
Link videos are actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah, they're sick. He has a bunch of cool videos on motorcycles and stuff, so you better check them out. And I'll put a link in the description. Also, down there should be the Spotify and the Discord. Go check that out. And we'll see you guys in the next video. So, bye.